product that is the very definition of Andrew Lessman on HSN. Andrew introduced Coenzyme Q10 to America 30, 40 years ago. It has gone on to be one of the most in-demand supplements that you could buy in every store in America. However, Andrew's Coenzyme Q10 is the best in the world. We're going to talk about heart and kidneys and liver and brain, supporting our immune system. We're going to talk increased energy levels. We'll talk sense of well-being. This is my go-to. I don't go a day without Coenzyme Q10. You talk feeling a difference, you will feel it. And Andrew, I wrote down on my card that you actually introduced it in 1984, and that this version right here, is it true, is 7 times more potent than the original?
Pretty much. We started the original high-potency CoQ10 that we delivered back in 1984 was 30 milligrams. So 200 milligrams is 6.66 times more potent, so almost 7 times more potent. The interesting thing beyond that is per capsule. Back in 1984, that 30 milligram CoQ10 cost more than the 200 milligram cost today. So CoQ10 is one of those ingredients that I'm very proud to have dramatically increased its potency while dramatically reducing its cost. And so it's just something, especially nowadays, the pricing of CoQ10 has gone a little crazy. There's some strange little versions of CoQ10 that I'm not sure where the science is that validates them, but I think it's just not good enough for folks to be able to talk about a great CoQ10 product. They have to make up stories about their CoQ10 product.
Well, this CoQ10 product doesn't need any stories made up about it. There are 3,500 authentic reviews on hsn.com. And Andrew said it, but pricing has gone crazy, but not here, not with us, not with Andrew. Take a look. For April special savings, 30, 60, 120, or 240, I'll hone in on this size because it's always the most popular. Would normally be $239.90. If you order it today, $119.90, saving you more than you are spending. Reviews, what do people say? How does it affect them? Why is it positive to them? This first reviewer says, great, I feel that I am more focused on my job and my memory is better since I started taking these. I have multiple piles of paper on my desk and multiple people asking me to do things all the time, and my concentration seems to have improved. Hopefully it is working as well on other areas described. Andrew, there's just such an abundance of benefits from taking CoQ10.
Well, there couldn't not be, because life is impossible without it.
Right.
Absolutely impossible. Our life exists in every one of our cells because we have the ability to move electrons around. The electrons we move around in cells, that's our energy. That's our life. And CoQ10 is at the center of that process. As we get older, we're talking as we get out of our 20s, we start seeing a dramatic reduction in available CoQ10. And CoQ10 is the key energy ingredient, and energy is behind our obviously our feeling energetic. Energy is behind our not having feelings of fatigue. Energy is central to every key organ in our body functioning at its very best. Whatever that anatomy, whatever that structure of that organ is, it can only do its work well to the extent it has the energy to perform that work. And CoQ10 is at the very center of that process. CoQ10 becomes more scarce in all of us with age. And CoQ10, unfortunately, if we take most of the more popular medications, cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, CoQ10 dramatically reduced if you take them. If you take antidepressants, if you take bisphosphonates, various drugs for osteoporosis or osteopenia. If you take some of the classic drugs for hypertension, for high blood pressure, or for cardiac rhythm issues, when you're taking those medications, say beta blockers, they reduce CoQ10 levels. So we can't live and escape the reductions in CoQ10 and their consequences. But CoQ10 is among the easiest and most affordable ingredients to supplement. This is so high potency that if your budget was an issue, you could take this twice a week. You could take it every other day. Yeah. Remember, my first product was 30 milligrams. So if you took 1 pill a week, basically, you're getting the same levels of CoQ10 that my incredibly positively reviewed product delivered every week, 30 milligrams times 7 days in a week, 210 milligrams, You get that with one capsule today. So you can utilize this in a fashion, because it's so high potency and so affordable, in a fashion that will deliver benefits and great economy.
If you go for that larger size, because it's a monthly special, you're getting nearly half, well, you're getting half off. So you really save a fortune if you order it today, so that's a good incentive. I'll read 2 more reviews. This first one says, feel like a 10. These vitamins really help me with energy. They keep me on my feet all day long. I'm usually active, but these really keep me moving even more, and I can tell the difference when I miss them. Keeps you going in with the energy. I know when I don't have any energy is when I don't have CoQ10. It helps me get through the toughest part of the day in the afternoon. My partner and sons love it as much as I do. I can't imagine being without it. Finally, love this. My husband and I have been taking these for 3 months now. I feel a difference in my health, mind, and energy level. They really have helped me, and my husband and I make sure we are stocked up because I never want to run out. I love it so much. These are powerful words. These are important words. If you want to see how it affects you in a positive way, you've got 30 days with our 30-day money-back guarantee to see the difference it can make. The big thing, Andrew, and I want to, again, address this, you can go to any big box store in America and see massive displays of CoQ10. I want to make sure everybody realizes that that CoQ10 is not the same as this CoQ10.
Not at all. And what's funny is it probably took them 2 decades to get around to delivering CoQ10, period. It just, until it was made popular, none of the retail stores really wanted to invest in CoQ10. Meanwhile, I've been doing it since 1984. But CoQ10 that we deliver here, not only is it in its best form, not only is it pure, affordable, but also CoQ10 is so important. One would have to be, as a manufacturer, and most companies don't make their own, of course, we do. As a manufacturer, you'd have to be naive to think that something so important does its work completely on its own. And that is why our CoQ10 makes sure that we cover all the bases, that you're not going to be getting CoQ10 that you need, but then be left without the other nutrients CoQ10 partners with to deliver its benefits. And again, that's why this product is, like several we've spoken about, virtually perfectly reviewed. When you look at a product that over 95% of the reviews are positive, it's a statement that we're doing something correctly, and I don't think there's anyone that has as much experience manufacturing products with CoQ10 as we do, because we've been doing it since 1984. That was when I made my first product with CoQ10, long before anyone else.
When we have such a wonderful variety of products, sometimes it's easy to let things kind of slip by. I really want to make sure everybody knows, not only is this typically Andrew's most popular product, it's his most reordered product, it's one of the Mount Rushmore of Andrew Lessman products. This is Coenzyme Q10. This is one that everybody universally seems to say the same things. Yes, 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 I'd never be without it. If you reach for another cup of coffee or an energy drink or a quick shot of energy, if you feel a little tired after lunch, you've got to try this. It makes such a difference, and that's what people rave about. Andrew, obviously, I'm a big fan. You've been talking about it for all these years. It's nice to see so many people feeling those benefits.
And what's funny about this is that one of the most common questions I'm asked when people stop me out and about or on the street, do you take your vitamins? Of course I take my vitamins. The company, I did not start the company as a business. Right. I started the company because I couldn't get the vitamins that science said I needed unless I made them myself. And CoQ10 is at the very top of the list of an ingredient that I couldn't get anywhere else, and I knew that the science absolutely compelled, insisted that I consume. As an athlete, as someone who wants to be healthy as I age now, that I'm not as young as I used to be. I started manufacturing supplements 43 years ago. I'm not a kid, yet I still feel like I have childlike energy. And one of the reasons I do, and I'm often accused of being a child, and one of the reasons I do is because of CoQ10, because I give my body what it needs, and we all should do our best to do so.